From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Greg Zuerlein set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. And a short kick taken at about the 16. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go play action now. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. A man who missed all of 2021. This is J.K. Dobbins. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. Yet again, just a bruising carry. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 42. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Jackson will find Dobbins out of the backfield. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the second-year man from Carolina, this is Michael Carter. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Wilson to throw. And check down, complete to Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. These two teams all tied after 1. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
When I see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset, this is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On the counter, it's Hall. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Greg Zuerlein set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. A fairly short kick from the 14. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. Finding space at the 40. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these.
Touchdown! Mark Andrews, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are on the board here first in the season opener. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the first running back drafted in April, this is Breece Hall. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. In motion left is Wilson. Hall again on 2nd down. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Hall again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
snap it at 1. Now Wilson.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
Shifts by him, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, show that he's right.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
People across the league had Dobbins picked as one of the likeliest breakout players for 2021. Unfortunately, that all changed after a torn ACL, but those expectations still remain the same for 2022. This is a guy who many believe can be one of the league's leaders in rushing this season and a true workhorse for the Baltimore backfield.
Tackle on that play by Quinnen Williams.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
So 5-yard. Here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now it's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Edwards is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Dobbins is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. A 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack. And now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This a 33-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Open man is Uzomah. And some room to roam now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. That's caught by his tight end Uzomah. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jets are on the board here in the final seconds of the 1st half. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go play action with Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. From the 6. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
In motion right is Wilson. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They go play action now. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
36 yards.
And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On first down, Wilson.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike 6. Mike 6. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Hey, top strike. Mike 6. I'm coming for you. You mine. Mike 6. Mike 6. I got you. Okay, go.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, Wilson. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he completes it to Berrios. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the shotgun, Wilson.
There's Hall bringing in another one.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. On 2nd and goal, Wilson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter. You're going. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down.
Pass caught. It's Davis on the crossing route.
He will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Now it's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
20! And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
63 yards.
And the Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson is going to go for a big play downfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
In motion left is Wilson.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. You ain't got nothing. 56 the Mike. 56 is the Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Wilson. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Marcus Williams. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Here we go. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Check pass, check pass. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. No.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. 1st down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Jackson. Dancing to his left.
That's into the hands of Crochet.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Finding space at the 40. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Ravens, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon.